Hey, I'm Jen. In this particular guided healing journey, I'm going to guide those of you who feel called to join me through a process where we'll start dissolving and unraveling the pattern of people pleasing. Now, people pleasing is really, really common with codependency and is a really common pattern that I see with people that I work with, as well as many of you here on our page. So this particular panel was definitely formed early in childhood, like really, really young. It was formed in response to an environment where we felt like we weren't safe or loved or wanted or enough if we didn't please. It's usually our parents or our peers. Okay, and so the problem is though, this pattern stays with us and then we find ourselves in adulthood doing things that we really don't want to be doing just to make other people happy. Okay, so it's okay to make other people happy, of course, but not when it's at our expense. So if you feel called to join me, hop on over to IGTV and we'll see you there in a tick. Cool. Right, so what I'll get you to do is I'll get you to take a few deep and relaxing breaths, just nice, natural, relaxing breaths. Good, and just bringing your energy back into your body, just calling it back from different times and different places, because we do leave our energy in different times and different places each and every day. So just calling all your light back to you now. And just notice it coming all the way back into your body, all the way down your body, all the way down through your legs and down to your feet. And just noticing your feet feeling really solid and anchored to the ground. Good. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to just take a moment to cast your mind back to an occasion. Now this could be today, it could have been last week, it could have been last year. It does not have to be in childhood. In fact, it's probably better that it's actually a situation that's happened in your adult life. So I want you to cast your mind back to a time where you remember feeling like you really had to make somebody else happy, or you really had to please them, and you really, really didn't want to. You know, it was something that you really didn't want to be doing, but you knew you kind of had to, otherwise things were not going to go well for you. I'll just give you a moment to do that now. Cool. And if at any time you feel the need to take a little bit more time, just pause the video and take the time that you need. And the other thing I'd say as well is that if at any stage you're having trouble connecting with what I'm suggesting, I would suggest just imagining that you can connect to what I'm suggesting, and that will actually bridge you. Before you know it, you'll actually be connecting to that aspect. Okay, so we've got your scenario of when you felt the need to people please, when you really didn't want to be doing it. So I want you to dive into that for a moment, and I want you to notice whereabouts in your body are you feeling that emotional charge. It could be anywhere in your body. So just dive in and notice where you feel an emotional charge when you recall that particular event. Good. So now you've got the part of your body. There might be in several parts. Just notice the part that came up first or is the strongest. It's probably going to be the same, but we want the one that's most intense, because this is where the trauma and the passioning is actually trapped. Cool. Okay, so now you've got the part of your body. I want you to connect in with that part of your body a little bit more, and I want you to notice, how is that part of your body feeling physically? Like, is it tight? Is it heavy? Is it feeling like it's like sucking in? Like, how is it feeling physically for you? Cool. Okay. So let's dive a little bit deeper. I want you to dive into that same area, and I want you to notice what emotions are sitting in that part of your body. With something like people pleasing, there's probably stuff like panic and fear sitting in there, amongst a few other things. So just dive deep and see what else is sitting in there for you. Cool. Okay. So is there anything else that you notice sitting in there in terms of emotions? Cool. Excellent. You might have come up with a few phrases too, like there might be some beliefs sitting in there. So just connecting with those as well. Cool. Okay, great. So now we've got those. I want you to just dive in a little bit deeper now. We're going to get right into that part of your body where you're feeling those physical sensations and you're also feeling those emotions and perhaps those beliefs sitting in there. I want you to dive in there a little bit further and I want you to connect or ask to see the part of you that is feeling like this. Now, it's probably going to be a child. There might be more than one. I want you just to connect in with them now. Cool. Now, if you need to take some more time, just do so. If you're struggling with this, just imagine that you can connect with the part of you that feels like they need to people please. And you will start to get an image in your mind or a sense or a feeling of them. So what I'd like you to do is just connect in and see how old is this version of you. Cool. And just trust whatever comes up is correct. Okay. And I want you to notice, like, what's the scene? Are they at home? Are they at school? Are they playing outside? What is the scene for them? Cool. Okay. So we're going to go and talk with them in a moment, but before we do that, I just want you to connect in with them and just tap in and see how are they feeling at the moment? How are they feeling? What's going through their mind? Cool. Okay. So depending what they've told you, so it might be, and I don't want to lead you too much, but it might be that they feel really scared or they feel afraid. They might feel panicky, or they might feel confused. Depending what it is that they've said to you, what I want you to do is I want you to go into them now. And if they're really little or small enough and it feels appropriate, just pick them up. If they're a little bit older, you might want to sit down next to them or sit down opposite them. But I want you to do what feels like an alignment with you. And I want you to let them know that, number one, just let them know, I'm here now, I see you. I'm here to keep you safe and I'm not going to abandon you again. Cool. And just thinking back to the information you got before about how they were feeling, if they're feeling sad, let them know that I'm here now. You don't need to feel sad anymore. I'm not going to leave you alone. Or if they were feeling really panicky, you might say to them, look, you're safe. I'm here now. I'm here to look after you and I'm here to make sure that you're always going to be okay. So depending what it is that they told you initially or that you intuited from them initially, just let them know that you're there and give them that reassurance that they need. Cool. Excellent. So now I'd like you to ask them, because see, this little one hasn't had a voice. They haven't had an opportunity to speak out or to be heard. So an important part of giving them the healing that they need is to actually do that for them. So let's just take a moment to ask them, what is it that you need to tell me? I know that you're feeling really, whatever it is that they were feeling. What else would you like me to know? Cool. If you need more time, just take it and then join us when you're ready. But depending what it is that they told you, like if they said to you they feel really scared that mum or dad won't love them if they are a naughty girl or a naughty boy, for example, I want you to go back to them and say something along the lines of, I know that you feel really scared that mum and dad won't love you if you don't do what they tell you to do. But I want you to know that I am here now and I am always going to love you. I'm always going to keep you safe and I'm always, always going to accept you no matter what you do or what you don't do. Good. And just ask them, is there anything else that they'd like you to know? Okay, so once again, it depends entirely on what they've said to you or what you've intuited. But what we want to do is we want to let them know that you want to acknowledge what they've told you, and then you want to give them the reassurance that you're there now. So they don't need to feel like that anymore because you're going to be there to love them and protect them no matter what they do or what they don't do. So give you a moment to do that now. Cool. So I want you to take a moment to ask them, what beliefs have they formed about themselves or about the world following this situation? So what beliefs have they formed? And there's bound to be things like, if I don't make mum and dad happy, then who's going to look after me? There'll be beliefs, or there'll be beliefs like that sitting in there. So just ask them, what beliefs have been formed as a result of the situation? Cool. And with each of the beliefs, just ask them now what, so take the first belief and then ask them what patterns of behaviour have been formed around this belief. Like, for example, if they have a belief that mum and dad won't love them if they don't perform in a particular way, then they've probably formed patterns of behaviour that says, I must always do what is expected of me. Okay, so we want to get both sides. Cool. Okay. So going back to the original belief that we were working with, depending what it is, I want you to let them know something along the lines of, I know that you have this particular belief, and just name it, but I want you to know that this isn't true and you don't need to do this anymore, or it's okay for you to let this go, or something along those lines that lets them know that you understand that belief, but it's time for them to let it go. Now with the patterns that sat with this particular belief, I want you to let them know something along the lines of, now I know that you have this particular pattern where you believe you have to always do what is asked of you, but I want you to know that you don't need to do that anymore because I'm going to love you no matter what you do or what you don't do. You're always, always going to be loved. Good. Really good. Let's look at any other beliefs. Just check in and ask them again. Do they have any other beliefs that have been formed as a result of this situation? Cool. Excellent. So once you've got those beliefs, let's ask what patterns have they formed in relation to that belief. You'll probably see these, in fact, you'll certainly see these patterns playing out in your adult life. Cool. Okay, so going back to the belief, just like we did before, depending what the belief is, let them know that you know that they have that particular belief and let them know that it is time that they let that go. Good. Excellent. And now with the patterns, again, once again, saying to them something along the lines of, I know that you've formed the pattern of doing this. I want you to know you don't have to do this anymore because I am going to love you and honor you and cherish you no matter what you do or what you don't do. You don't need to do anything to be loved anymore. Now feel free to pause the video if you'd like to do another couple of rounds on it. That's totally cool. But in the meantime, one of the things I would really like you to do is to actually let them know that it is not their job to please other people or to make other people feel happy. That is not their job. It never was their job. And it is time for them to stop doing that. Okay? Cool. And the other thing I'd like to say is that when we people please, we often really strive to live up to other people's expectations, and we feel like we're not going to be loved or safe if we don't do that. So I'd like you to say to this part of you that they don't need to be or do anything at all that doesn't feel good to them in order to be loved or liked or accepted, because you're going to love them no matter what they do or don't do. Okay, so just let them know that. Great, excellent. Okay, so I'll just give you what we'll do now is let's bring in some healing energy for this little one. So I want you to just notice that I'm actually handing you now like a clear quartz crystal, and it's glowing blue, but there's a rainbow in it. So I want you to give this crystal to the little one, or to the part of you that's feeling like they need to people please. And I want you to let them put it in the part of their body where you initially felt the trauma. So for example, if you felt that emotional charge in your chest, then let the little one put the crystal in their chest. If you felt it in your tummy, let the little one put the crystal in your tummy. So just put it wherever you felt the emotional charge in your body. Good, excellent, great. And what I'm going to do is I've got a crystal wand with golden drops in it. We're going to place a golden drop right underneath and in the center, underneath that crystal. And I want you to notice lots and lots of gold light just spreading and infusing. It's probably in a chakra, but not necessarily. If so, just notice that infusing the entire chakra or the entire area. Good. And also, let's just take a moment just to touch that crystal. And as you touch that crystal, you'll notice a lot of rainbow lights coming all the way out and around that part of you that was feeling like they had to people please. So beautiful shimmering rainbow light. Now in that rainbow light, you've got all the colors in there. So these particular colors have got the light codes and symbols and healing frequencies of the fifth dimension. So very, very powerful. So just notice actually how you feel with this rainbow light just moving all around this little one, and how they look and feel, because you'll find that their whole look and feel actually shifts. Good. Now let's take this crystal wand with the golden drops in it and just put a couple of drops actually at the top of this little one's energy field, and just notice as that gold just completely cascades through their energy field all the way in towards their body and all the way around to the edges. That's great. Really good. Excellent. Now let's also bring in some beautiful soft pink energy. So you've got the rainbow, sparkly rainbow light. You've got the golden drops of the Christ conscious energy. And you've also got this beautiful soft pink of the unconditional love just coming in. So this little one is beautifully immersed in this very powerful energy. Good. So I want you to notice, how's this little one feeling now? They're probably feeling sleepy, if not asleep. They're probably feeling really relaxed. Just notice how they're feeling. Good. So they'll be feeling quite different to what they were feeling at the beginning of the process, which is great. So what I'm going to get you to do now is I'll get you to shrink down their energy so they fit maybe in a sphere, this kind of size, you know, fit in your palm, still wrapped up in that beautiful rainbow light with a soft pink and gold. And I want you to pop them into your heart. And as you do, I want you to say to them, and by all means, if you want to say other things, just go for it, because you'll know better than I do specifically what you need. But I want you to include in that from now on, they do not have to people please or to make other people happy, that you are going to always be there to love and accept and nourish and care for them no matter what they do or what they don't do. And let them know that it is time for them to rest. Good. Usually they fall asleep at this stage. It's really sweet. Cool. Okay, so once they're tucked up snugly in your heart, I'll get you to come back to this time and place, just bringing all your energy back into your body, all the way down to your feet. Good. And on the count of 3, just opening your eyes, feeling refreshed, energized, and awake. 1, feeling refreshed, 2, feeling energized, and 3, feeling awake. Good. So I want you to now only have a tiny little peek, don't dive in too much, but just think back to the scenario you used before where you were quite compelled to people please. And I want you just to have a tiny little peek at that and just see how you feel about that scenario now. The charge should have really, really dropped in that, if not dissolved completely. So this is a process that you can do many, many times. You definitely can't overdo it. As long as you feel called to do it, just go ahead and do it, okay? Because there will be a number of aspects to the people pleasing that need to be dissolved. So I hope that you enjoyed this. It was really great to work with you, and I look forward to working with you again. Thank you so much. Much love.